Hey YouTube, welcome back to Unix TCG, and today we're going over more Gundam card game coverage. So we've kind of hit a lull in the spoilers. They just stopped at Altar Panage, but we still have a lot to go over. So today's video we're going to be hitting up green. And with that out of the way, I just want to say if you like the content, like the video, and if you love it, maybe even subscribe, because we're doing a lot of stuff over here on Universe X, and I would love to have you guys along for the ride. So let's hop into those green cards. So the first card we have here is Rick Dom, and it is a level 3 2-cost card. It has Breach 2, and so Breach 2 just basically means if it destroys an enemy unit, it's going to deal the specified amount of damage to the card in the opponent's shield area. So basically, you know how your bases have more than 1 HP? This is going to be able to do damage to the base through a unit. But if you don't have a base up, this is basically piercing. You're going to be able to destroy a unit, and then you're going to be able to break the shield behind it, which is really, really rough once you start kind of playing some games and seeing how Breach works. It is a mechanic. It is a mechanic, but yeah. So this guy is pretty cool, able to be played on turn 3 or turn 2 if you have the EX resource, because I'm just trying to remind people that the EX resource does count towards your level. That is something in this game that normally doesn't apply for things like Dragon Ball with the energy marker. Now, moving on to the next card, we have actually got Char Zaku 2. And this, oh my gosh, I'm gushing over the art, but I'm also a Char stan. His battle aptitude, not the things he be doing in the series, because that's kind of wild. But you got Char Zaku 2. He's another level 3 2-cost unit. And then during pair, if he's destroyed, you can deploy one rested Char Zaku Xeon token with 3 AP and 1 HP. Now, so far, you don't have a lot of ways to interact without swinging. Like, you do have the like the tank, the gun tank, and that's going to be able to snipe this if you play it afterwards. So that's pretty cool. But you basically just, you're going to leave behind a token if this guy is paired, and then you're going to be able to hopefully have that token survive so that you can play with it next turn. Just add on to your offensive. But this guy's a really, really cool unit that's going to add some longevity to your assault. And if they don't get rid of the card by pinging it with like things like gun tank, then they're gonna have to swing into it, and 3 AP is a lot to swing into when you see most of these guys have 3 to 4 HP. So the next card in our list is going to be Gundam Sandrock, and Gundam Sandrock is interesting. He straight up just says, like, you can deploy a specific, it's like a Magmir Congo unit card from your hand. I do want to see what we have there, because basically, if you guys don't know, in Wing Zero, well, in Gundam Wing, Ketra, he rolled kind of with like this like Middle Eastern group, and so I'm assuming we're gonna get some of his like kind of like posse in there so that you can play him off this. But this is gonna be when he's deployed. So he's a level 5, cost 3, and then he's going to be able to play out another card at the same time. So that's pretty cool. At the same time, he seems to have a well, in this thing you literally have a pilot under him, and so that's why it looks like that. No, this guy does not just randomly come with a pilot. This is pretty much just saying that he has his pilot under him. I took this screenshot from the stream, so that's why it kind of looks like that. So the next card we have is Shenlong, and Shenlong is kind of a doozy. So level 4, cost 3, and the general translation is he's got Breach 3. So that's just like a 3-coster that has Breach 3. He's a 4/3. I mean, this is just in general pretty good. Link is going to be Chang Wufei. That's just pretty easy. But yeah, art's great. Effect seems pretty good. Breach is strong. As you can see, most of these breachers are going to be blowing up half of a base's life just by swinging on something. So this is going to be a really, really strong aspect of green. Now, moving on to the next card, we have Heavy Arms. It's a level 4 2-cost, and his translation just says during pair he gains Breach 3. So you're starting to see the theme going on with green. At least the Wing Gundam cards all seem to be focusing heavily on Breach to make sure that they can attack both field and life at the same time, and that is going to be something that carries a lot of momentum. So controlling the board on these is going to be very, very, very important, because once these guys come out and get paired or just stay out for more than one turn, they're going to be a very big detriment to your game plan. So yeah, managing the board is going to be extremely important. Now this next card we have here is Wing Gundam Bird Mode. And yeah, it's actually going to be a level 3 cost, but when it gets deployed, you place 1 EX resource. Now, in this game, one, like I said, your EX resource does count towards your level. Two, if I'm not mistaken, there's not a limit to EX resources you can have, so you can keep stacking EX resources, not just one. So this is going to be pretty interesting. You basically play this on turn 3 to go from 3 to 4, and then on your next turn you're technically at 5, and so you can play a 5 cost. So it's kind of cool. As long as you don't burn that resource, you're just going up one. Like I said, Fusion World players with the energy marker, you know exactly what this is like, but this is a very, very powerful mechanic. And now a card that you guys have probably been waiting for. This is Wing Gundam. He is a level 6 4 cost, okay? And he has Breach 5. And that's just insane because basically, I mean, just like in the show, he's busting bunkers. When this guy is able to attack and clap a opposing unit, you're going to be able to shoot and destroy an entire base in most cases from what we've seen so far behind it. And that is insane. He also has the effect that says this unit may choose an active enemy unit that is level 4 or lower as its attack target. So your opponent can't even keep things upright in order to keep them out of harm's way. This guy can just come through and snipe. And this is going to get even worse when we look at some of the cards that come later. So moving on to our next card, we have St. Gabriel Institute. It's a level 2 cost, and basically just it's another base, 5 HP. Burst, deploy this card, deploy, add up to one of your shields to your hand, then look at the top 2 cards of your deck, return 1 to the top and 1 to the bottom. And there is, like, me and my homies were talking about a little flavor. In a lot of Bandai games, you have to put all the cards at the top or all the cards at the bottom, right? But you can see Hito Yui is down there. And I think that might not be Hito Yui. I know that's Relina, but that might be Hito, I think. And she's about to give him the invitation, right? But he rips it in half and he's like, next time I see you, I'll kill you. And like, it's funny that you put one on the bottom and one on the top when he rips the invitation in half. I just think that's funny. Point being, this is pretty cool. It helps with some consistency. It comes out super early if you want to play it from your hand, and so I dig that. The next the next base that we have here is actually from, you know, the original Mobile Suit Gundam from the Xeon side. It's a level 3 cost 2 Falmel, and it's basically just going to, burst. You can deploy it like all bases so far, and then deploy, add one of your shields to your hand. Then if it's your turn, deploy 1 rested Char Zaku token. And that's pretty tight. So you can kind of already see between Char Zaku 2 as well as Falmel, you're going to be able to put out a lot of tokens while you're making aggression happen in general. So this is going to be a very, very aggressive deck. And so in green, you're already seeing kind of 2 different schemes, you know, a rush down sort of green deck, whereas the other one is kind of like a ramp and play heavy bodies, what we're traditionally used to green doing in Bandai games. Now going over to the pilots. The first one we have is Char Aznable, and he's a level 3 1 cost. Burst, add this card to your hand. Most pilots will be able to be added to your hand, most pure pilots. And what I mean by that is, you know, there's some pilots that are also commands and pilots. Those generally don't get added to your hand, but the cards that are only pilots can get added to your hand from life. And so Char Aznable just says attack during this turn. This unit gets AP +1, and if it's a link unit, it gains high maneuver, which means it can't be blocked. Char's a beast of a pilot, and so this is basically just saying, bro, if this is linked, if you are Char piloting one of Char's units, GG, you are going in. And so that is pretty tight. I like that a lot. +1 AP is also pretty wild in general, so we're pretty cool on that one. Just getting that destructive power in. He's adding 1 and 1, but technically, you know, he's adding 2 and 1 when he's attacking. So I like that a lot. And then you have Hito Yui, and Hito Yui says burst, add this card to your hand as well. He's a level 4 1 cost, and he gets +2 +1, and he just says this unit gets AP +1, HP +1 while linked. So if you put him on Wing 0, I'm sure he's gonna have links with Epion later, Wing Gundam, all these things. I think Wing Gundam, because we haven't seen a Wing 0 yet, but you know there's gonna be a Wing 0. There's no way there can't be a Wing 0. This is one of the sellers for the set. But yeah, I'm sure that eventually we're gonna get an Epion card and he's gonna go under there. But he's essentially adding 3/2 to a unit, and that's just insane for stats. That's a little rough. That's a little rough when you see like Wing 0 going up to like an 8. Like, let me look at it again. Yeah, Wing 0 is going to like a 7. Yeah, a 7/7, and that's gargantuan, bro. So the next card we have here is one of the command pilots, level 4, 1 cost, and it's Peaceful Timbre. And music people, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, let me know. But yeah, action during this battle, your shield area cards can't receive damage from enemy units that are 4 or lower. This is actually a very important card, because if your opponent does not have tall cards, then you just like basically if you're not a named unit, don't even touch my life. And that's pretty cool. I think that's actually really awesome, and he can be a pilot as well, so this card seems pretty awesome. And then the next card we have is Simultaneous Fire. This one roughly, I mean, it's a 4-1, and roughly what its thing says is you choose one of your units, and after choosing one of your units, it gains Breach 3. So that's actually pretty cool, and it looks to be a main. And so basically, yeah, you just basically get to add on Breach 3 and then, you know, make your attacks. And this is kind of always what I felt like Champa should have been in Dragon Ball. Not like an activate battle, but like an activate and then your opponent gets to choose what they want to do with it afterwards, so you can't kind of sneak them with the effect. And then the last card of this video, we've got First Contact. It's a level 3/3 cost, so they pretty much made both ramps the same. And it's just burst, you can place 1 EX resource, but using it actually intentionally, using it with the resources, place 1 rested resource. So you just ramp 1. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's actually really, really cool. So yeah, we're getting it in there. And we have a lot of cool kind of functions that we can do. And I think that green is shaping up to be the power color in this beta. So let's actually tie this up in the end of this video. So I think that when it comes to looking at these colors so far, we're gonna get to white in the next video, but I think that blue and white kind of seem like the utility / support colors, where green is gonna be the main power color. And it looks like you'll be able to go 2 different ways with it, whether you ramp and go heavy, or whether you go low to the ground with kind of like the Zaku Zeon pieces. So I'm interested to see what kind of comes out of the set, but it really does feel like you're gonna be running like blue green and you have to figure out which side your green is going into, or you're gonna be playing white green and figuring out the same thing. But we probably could see some slower builds, but we're gonna figure that out once we go over to yellow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking of green so far, and let me know about your general hype for the Gundam game. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.